Yeah, like that. Woo! Holy moly. All right. Wagon quarter panel removed. I'm not a body guy, you know? I've never done this before. You're learning along with me. Hello and welcome back to the garage, everyone. Yesterday we left off by pulling this thing out of the garage and spinning it around and backing it back in under its own power, which was quite a milestone in and of itself. It really lifted my mood back up after finding a few issues that we're gonna have to deal with on the car. Today we're going to be putting this back onto jack stands so that we can start with the process of stitching on Sedan rear quarter panels onto this wagon and making it a true all-steel wide-body wagon. And I guess we're just gonna start going to town with drilling out spot welds. We may actually replace the driver's side rear door first. We have that sitting over here behind me, behind Shiva. Swapping the glass out and getting that installed so that once we do remove the rear quarter panels, we can work with the lines that the door provides us and line our quarter panel up. First things first though, we are going to put this up on jack stands, so let's get to it. Alrighty, I think we need to start with removing the rear bumper so that we can get to the rest of the spot welds and everything related to the corner panel in this area that we're going to have to deal with. To do that, we're going to have to remove the tail lights, which should just be to 10 millimeters. Yes, 2 bug-eye tail lights removed. And there's going to be, I've actually never removed a rear bumper. I know that there's two 10 millimeters that hold the bumper on in the corners, which are not there. It looks like there's 2 10 millimeters underneath the headlight areas. One more over here. Should just pop off. Be careful with it. There's no clips installed in the 2 spots on either side. Oh, okay. What are we stuck on? Drop down a little bit here. There's no clips anyway. That's okay. Helps us. Oh, we're stuck on the license plate. Light harness. Disconnect that. Nice. Bumper is removed. I've never taken one of these off. That's not that complex. That's pretty cool. Okay. We'll just move this up front out of the way. All right. I think I'm going to grab my Surface and look up the J&N or JN Garage, J&N, one of those two, little write-up that they did on how they did the wide body, and we'll maybe make some marks based on how they cut. I think it's going to end up being like right above, I don't know if you can see it, there's like kind of like a hard line that goes right across here. I think I'll end up cutting directly above and then just up and over the door a little bit, and maybe straight down, and then I think something else down here, which I honestly have no idea. But this is where we're gonna make progress. I'm excited. So let me do that. Let me see where we're at with that. Okay, I'm gonna try to look at this a little bit in front of the camera so you can see what I'm looking at. They just went right above the door, straight down. Here we go. I think this is what I was looking for. You can see that. Right across the top here. we're gonna want to be like right on this side of this thing, so it's gonna be hard to blend right there. Like that. And then right over to this seam, right where there's seam sealer here, and then it'll go all the way down and pop all of those off. So this guy will then put a little flange like this, and right around here, like that. I don't know how much I like that. I guess we're gonna go for it though. Probably because of the wagon bumper, right? Because that area is different on that quarter panel. So that's what we're gonna. I think that's what we're gonna aim for. Like that. I think that's gonna end up being the way. So, I mean, regardless, we gotta take care of some of the spot welds. So. Where's the punch? Jesus, this is insane. Okay. Give us a little extra room. Oh, we're gonna have to take this trim stuff off. Giving little love taps to all of the spot welds. Just try to go a little bit at a time, I guess. Biscuit. Alright. So I think I got all of the spot welds from the fender well area. So let me bring you in and show you. It's a lot of work. Alright. So first of all, the line, so you can see what I'm trying to plan out and do here. I'm gonna go right above the door catch and above, this is a much straighter line than it looks, right above the gas door, next to the light, down and around this indent, which is what it seems like we need based on the pictures online. All of those spot welds down there, and this is all pop free. These ones are popped free. Those are just regular holes. Don't mind those. There's a bunch of spot welds right there that we got. A couple up right there, all the way up here. Inside of the fender well where we would normally roll, and one down here. So we have a bunch on the pinch weld that we need to, I don't know, figure out. This is kind of rusty. We're gonna come up and probably cut, I think, right here and down, which is less than we cut to do the sedan quarters. So we have spot weld there. All these spot welds, let's straighten that guy out, but spot welds all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and however many down the bottom spot welds left to do. And then we come in, make our cut there, make our cut across here and down. And from there, I think we'll be able to pretty much pop this quarter panel off. It's getting kind of late, so I might head it off there. I might keep on going. If I keep going, I'm obviously going to record. If not, then I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, well, my wife hasn't come down to tell me to go to bed yet, so we're going to keep going while we can. It seems like doing these little tiny pilot holes to just kind of center and start the spot weld cutter is working better than using the punch and hammer, so we're going to keep going with that. My knees are killing me, so I'm going to start at the top here, excuse me, and work my way down. Spot welds, it's kind of dark down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I did this one anyway, but 6 down here. This one all the way up the door jamb. So really, we just have to make this cut and then slowly and carefully pull the quarter panel away from the car, and it should just pop off. From there, we'll use this flange tool and air punch thing that we got at Harbor Freight for like 20 bucks. After we make our cut, we'll do a nice flange so that we can set the quarter panel down onto the car, and instead of trying to butt weld, because I'm no welder, grinder and paint makes me the welder I ain't, we'll make a flange and set the quarter panel onto it, and that way we can just boop, do a couple spot welds, some seam sealer, and we should be good to go on that. So progress is being made. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup, and I think that's where we're going to head it off for the night, for real this time. So thank you very much, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Said we'd be back the next day. We're back the next day, and it's time to cut. It's before 5 o'clock, so I have plenty of noise ordinance clearance from the big boss upstairs, my wife. So I'm horrified to do this, honestly, but we're gonna go for it. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. We're just gonna do the best we can on this, I guess, and try not to mess anything up. Oh, Jesus, this is terrifying. I'm bringing you in for a close-up view. Just this little area up here. I don't know how to, let me show you. All right, so I've cut across my line, up and over that little indent, all the way across. Take that back shut. Give you more of a view. Cut down, don't worry about that, don't need that. I need to cut this area right here. That's like the last area, but I don't want to cut into the strut tower. Maybe if I remove this, I can get my Dremel in. We'll try that, I guess. Why? Is it just too wiggly now? What's the deal? I'm not going to be able to get my hand in there enough. Of course. Why can't I get you off? Alright, so this whole thing, stop coming off. This whole thing should just come off now. If I can break it free from the monumental amount of seam sealer at the bottom here. Holy moly, there's so much seam sealer down there. There's so much seam sealer, it's unreal. There's just so much down in this corner here. I don't want to bend the... Oh, it's just like globbed in there. It's insane. Can I just rip this off now? Yeah, like that. Woo! Holy moly. All right. Wagon quarter panel removed. Oh, seam sealer, jeez. It's so thick. So there was just a metric ton of seam sealer right in this area that had to like break through. I think I have a flange straightening tool coming from Amazon, so we'll clean these edges up once that comes in. We got the seam sealer. Basically anywhere you see the bare metal is where the seam sealer was. And then they like primed around it, I guess. I don't know. So, and then down here, this is all kind of rusty and nasty too, so we're gonna have to clean that up. But quarter panel is off, so what I think the next thing that we need to do is grab our little Milwaukee built file. We'll just come in and boop, boop, boop. We'll clean up all these spot weld nubs all the way around on the inside here, all here, so it's nice and flat. And then clean up all these sharp edges as well. And then I guess start measuring and trial fitting the quarter panel into place. Alrighty. Well, we got all of that cleaned up. My ears are nice and ringing now, so that's wonderful. Woo! That's loud. Okay. Okay. Not good. Did I break the camera again? No, we're good on the camera. Lord. Oh, I got the shit out of the rocker here. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, we are very jammed up. Oh, we are wicked jammed. I think some good progress is being made there. Well, that's kind of what it's gonna look like, which is pretty freaking awesome. Oh, let's go in for a close-up. So we gotta do more trimming. Oh geez, we're falling. Yeah, that's kind of what it's gonna look like. It's gonna fall as soon as I open the door, but let's see that the pinch weld is gonna line up just like that. We have trimming to do right in here. We have to line all that up. We have to take a little bit more off at the rocker. I think the whole, there's only a little bit of a gap underneath. We'll be able to fix that. We do have to remove all of the seam sealer from the inside of the fender, but besides that, we're making really good progress here. We're making progress. Might take a little break and go lick my wounds and get some water though. All right, we're gonna give our new little Harbor Freight flange tool a test drive. Piece of metal that we cut off. Got my air compressor all charged up. Not sure how long I'll be able to use that guy, but okay. 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 Now what if we take another piece? Okay. I think that'll butt up pretty nicely. Let's give it a shot across the top here. Flanged. Wow. That is pretty freaking cool. I'm not gonna be able to flange that part, but wow. That's awesome. All right, let me show you that. That worked great. That's a good purchase. That was like 20 bucks. That was like 20 bucks at Harbor Freight. So cool. See this lip here now? All the way up and around. So now when we finally finish trimming up our quarter panel, that will just lay right into place. With like almost no gap. And then when we weld, we are not butt welding. And very thin layer of body filler across the top, clean it up, and heck yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay. I'm going to use this right now on the pinch weld right here. This inner fender weld is gonna have to get pulled out, I believe. That part out. There's a goddamn cricket in here. Oh, that's gonna annoy the crap out of me this whole time. Oh, fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, well, whatever. This guy. I'm sweaty and tired. We're calling it there, but we made really good progress tonight. Oh, I'm very happy with this. I'll shut the door one more time. Actually, the vice grip is in the way, but we'll leave the door slightly ajar. Take a look. It's pretty cool. It's coming together. Woo! We are back in the garage after a 2-day break. I wanted to order some Cleco pins. And I did, and they came the next day via the Rainforest website, and of course it didn't come with the pliers, so I had to order those. Those came the next morning via the Rainforest website. Before I start doing anything else, this is exactly how we left the car off last time. I just vacuumed out my area here. I am going to show you how a Cleco pin works with these two pieces of scrap metal, because I think it's pretty cool. I've never actually used these before. So this is what the Cleco pin looks like. Just this little guy, a little nub sticking out here. Fits into the pliers, like so. You just squeeze them down. And when you compress it, that little knob gets up into the shank here. And you're able to put that nub through a hole in sheet metal. And then when you release, it expands the jaws and holds it in place. So I already drilled, stuck a little bit. Already drilled a hole in these two pieces. These aren't the cleanest pieces of metal, so we'll do a little test here. Press the Cleco pin, pliers, jam it through the hole and release. And there we go. Nice and tight. Let's see what that looks like on the back side. So we have no wiggle, so that we can, and we're gonna do this, so that we can take the panel on and off the car continuously, and every time we put it back on to mark and cut and continue, it goes back on in the exact same spot, which I believe is pretty important. This was a total of, I got a whole bag of them. Where'd they go? Here they are. 50 stainless steel Cleco pins, and the pliers total was about 65 bucks on Amazon. They're obviously reusable, so this is something that I'll have in my kit in here in the garage forever, basically now, unless I break any of them. I don't know if that's a thing that happens. So we're gonna continue on. We might put a couple Clecos in right now, just so that we can kind of keep our locations consistent, since we already kind of have it on the car. I think one area that I might start with is actually up here. We'll try to line this up. Oh, geez. Come together. This is a long video, so. Well, I've been down here for a while. Let me show you kind of what it looks like. So we're gonna have to blend this area in. This is gonna come out. This guy has to come in, which is gonna leave a bulge here. So based on the pictures that I've seen, we're gonna have to take like a sliver of material out, pinch it together. We'll have to deal with that right there. I don't know what to do about the fender well. We have to move that out a little bit, but we're looking good on the rocker, as well as our cut here. I don't have any of these Clecos in because I wanted to close the door and see what it looked like. But this seems to be lining up pretty well in here, which is good. Happy with that so far. Gas can still lines up. So progress is being made. I am starving, so I think it is gonna be dinner time now. So we'll leave off here for the moment and get back to it maybe after dinner. Okay, next day. Camera's rocking back and forth pretty violently. I hope I'm not shaking too much. Back in the garage again. We're just gonna keep trucking away. I don't know how much of this is gonna end up being time lapse and how much we're gonna go into detail with and cut. I don't know of any other really good tutorials on this online. I might do this in a couple different ways. My normal videos, I might do a full time lapse of everything without cutting any content. Maybe do some in-depth voiceover with it as well, just so people can see it later on. What I want to do right now, because we need to start figuring out how to make this stuff fit better, is grab the rear bumper and try to fit it into place a little bit to see what exactly we need to do to move all of this stuff. I'm gonna have to take out these Clecos for sure, but we'll just see. I'm gonna grab the bumper. Okay, all right, well that's on. What do we have going on here? Oopsies. Let's take I don't really know where to go from here. Well, we've used quite a few Clecos, but progress is being made. How far into this are we? Hour and a half. Well, let me show you what I have going on here. So we've been working really hard on this corner here. Cut some reliefs in. You can see that the metal's already overlapping and it's stretched out right there as well. So this corner will sit nice and flush. We had a straight piece of metal right here to keep this. I'm gonna have to put some right here as well. I have a straightening tool coming. I think on Monday it's gonna come. So we'll be able to straighten out a little of this metal. That area is the vent thing, so you don't blow your eardrums out on a normal car when you shut the door. We were hammering the crap out of the inside of the fender well here and stretching the metal out so that we could get the inner fender well to line up with the outer without having to bend the quarter panel inward. That's not what we want to do. We want to keep this thing wide, not squish our wide quarter panel inward. So I have a ton of Clecos just holding all of this together. We have an issue here. You can see my finger is able to go between the skins right there. We're gonna have to take metal out of this area, which means cutting a relief, and then we're gonna fold the metal on top of itself, and then we'll just cut it flush so we can weld it together. So whoop, like that, and that'll allow us to suck this bottom portion in and up against the bottom, whatever that thingy is. I still haven't really figured out what we want to do about the quarter panel skins yet. I don't know what we want to do in the arch there. But we're making progress. One other thing that we're gonna have to deal with is this big ol' gap right here, and it looks like from some of the pictures from Team Scream's write-up back in 2008, what they did was cut a line right on this body line here, and it allowed them to take like an 1/8 inch of material out and suck this whole edge in, because we want to be able to match that up. The entire back of a wagon is skinnier than a sedan, and the whole setup for the taillight housing and everything is obviously completely different because it's a wagon and not a sedan. So this isn't quite as easy as cut the spot welds and weld the new skin on. This is a significant amount of custom work. And again, you know, I'm not a body guy, you know? I've never done this before. You're learning along with me. Well, of course I smacked the camera over, as always. should really get some weld-through primer. I really should get some weld-through primer. I got metal in my shoe. Yeah. Okay. Oh, alright. Yeah. I'm gonna run out to the store and try to find some weld-through primer so I can coat all of this before I weld our little panel on. I think that would be the smartest move for that. Maybe we can get that arch on tonight. Maybe even start welding the quarter panel on tonight, because that's going to be a whole thing as well. It fits up pretty good. I think we can kind of massage it into place from where we are now, so. What did I get myself into? Holy moly. This is the craziest thing I've ever done on a car, by far. So, weld-through primer and seam sealer it is. Crickets are just going nuts. It's unreal. We ended the last video by saying, or the last clip, I should say, saying that I was going to go out for seam sealer and weld-through primer. Weld-through primer is just a non-existent thing in this area of the world, apparently. Impossible. So what I did do was come through here and use my tape to just mark right at the edge of the line that I had drawn around my panel here. And then I just hit it with self-etching primer everywhere else. So underneath here is actually primed up and ready to go. And we'll be able to weld everything else on. I got new welding wire for my flux core welder. Apparently I was using MIG wire in my flux core before and welded Shiba together with that, which is slightly concerning. But I mean, I'm alive, so that's good. I hate this welder. Let me show you what I'm doing wrong here. Look at this mess. So we gotta figure out how to deal with this now. Oh, stop it. Oh, Nikes. Oh my God. Okay, I think that's where we end it for right now. I'm gonna go make some dinner. It's getting pretty late. Next step really is seam sealer and mounting this thing on the car with the Clecos for the last time, because once I do the seam sealer, I mean, it's gonna glue itself in place, and then I just go around, tack weld, and go from there. So it's coming together. Oh man. Stabbed in the face. I'm so dirty. It's really coming together, and I'm pretty happy with the progress. So stay tuned. We'll keep at her.